Good afternoon, and thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, my brother. Thank you, sir.
Have you been advised on what the technical committee were looking out for before they convert a polytechnic into a technical university? Do you know the criteria?
Yes. First of all, good afternoon to your listener. Let me clarify this. We have never contested Professor Adimado's committee's report. We have not done that. Per the report, the conversion exercise was going to be in phases. First phase polytechnics were 5, second phase were 3, and third phase 2. Cape Coast Polytechnic, Ho Polytechnic, and Tamale Polytechnic were for second phase of the conversion exercise. Our argument was that why has the Ho Polytechnic been included? Because per the recommendation from Antonio Adimado's committee, Ho Polytechnic was to be converted in phase 2 of the exercise.
No, Richmond. Yes, you are not answering my question. I'm asking if you know what they look out for before they convert.
Yes, but I'm clarifying what you earlier said, that we are contesting the technical report. We are not contesting it. We are aware of what they considered. They considered 3 broad areas. Apart from that, they looked at 16-point criteria and did the assessment. But NCTE has told us earlier, last 2 weeks, when we raised the issue of smuggling of Ho Polytechnic, NCTE told us that NCTE also assessed polytechnics, and then they recommended Ho Polytechnic. And now they are telling us that they told us that the technical committee report was advisory. Today they shifted the goalpost to tell us that they based the argument on the 16-point criteria, which Ho Polytechnic scored more than Cape Coast Polytechnic. My brother, what we are talking about is a technical university, conversion of polytechnics to technical university. It is not for a humanity program or any arts or business-related program. Technical university. So I'll take the report and go through from pages 56, 57, 58, 59. It clearly shows the specific recommendations for the polytechnic.
And according to you, Cape Coast Polytechnic meets all these criteria? Because I have the report in front of me and I've seen the recommendations. What you know for sure is that per these recommendations... Hold on, Richmond, hold on.
That is why... Hello?
Yes, hold on. I am asking that, are you saying for certain that per these recommendations, Cape Coast Polytechnic meets all of it?
Did I say that? I told you that per the report, Cape Coast Polytechnic and Ho Polytechnic were earmarked for phase 2. So phase 1, Cape Coast Polytechnic did not qualify. Ho Polytechnic did not qualify. So the argument is on why Ho Polytechnic was considered, but not Cape Coast Polytechnic. Even though the report that you said you have pointed out that Cape Coast Polytechnic, Ho and Tamale were for second phase.
Right.
That is the thrust of the argument.
Good. So have you raised these concerns with the technical committee or any head of institution to ask why you have not been converted, or they are yet to do that?
Yeah, we wrote to them 2 weeks ago, 15th February, and NCTA responded. Just yesterday, the Ministry of Education also responded. But unfortunately, they couldn't provide answers to the questions that we asked. They only said that the process was transparent and fair, and that when Cape Coast Polytechnic makes the criteria, they are going to convert Cape Coast Polytechnic. The argument is that between Cape Coast Hello?
Yes.
So give me time to explain this point.
I have run out of time, but I want to ask a final question, which would be that did they by any chance give indications that it is not going to be possible to ever convert Cape Coast Polytechnic into a technical university? Did they mention that to you?
They've not mentioned, but we sent a letter for reassessment. For weeks now, NCTE has not even acknowledged receipt of that letter.
Right.
And the President came out to mention the 6 polytechnics. So our argument is that when you read the technical committee report, the recommendation, it is easier for Cape Coast Polytechnic to rectify its weaknesses than Ho Polytechnic.
All
so
right.
you don't include whole polytechnic and leave out Cape Coast Polytechnic.
All right. Thank you very much.
Retooling of laboratories. Is it my duty to do that?
Thank you very much,
or any of the
Richmond.
management member? It is government's responsibility.
Okay,
So if government
Richmond
has failed in that regard, why should we be punished for that?
thank you very much for your time. And he is a member of the Cape Coast Polytechnic alumni, and they are raising concerns about why Cape Coast Polytechnic has not been converted into a technical university, because they were supposed to have been converted with whole Polytechnic as a phase 2 of the entire project. And so it's still a fluid story. We are keeping an eye on it, and then we'll let you know how it turns out in the coming days.